Week 5 was action-packed with some crazy matches and some even crazier performances, so let's get right into it. The Contenders Player of the Week is Spectra, and so many people had him making Owl this year, and he showed why in the Dreamers 3-0 dismantling of the Seoul Dynasty and 3-2 upset win over Poker Face. His May was the best we've seen out of the East this year, and he was hugely impactful to the success of their signature rush comp. You'd be hard-pressed to find a fight where he didn't get more value out of his cooldowns than the opposing May, but he also came out in full force on the Tracer. He was completely turning fights on a dime, hunting down Profit for kills, and just clutching out fight wins each and every map, no matter what. The Rookie of the Week is Viper, and you may want Sugar Free here, which is completely reasonable, but I implore you to look at this image from Shanghai's loss to O2 Blast. Really look at it, take it all in. Who do you think won this map? What more does a man possibly need to do to win a goddamn map? He deserved this map win, but yet again was cursed with the crushing weight of Fleta on Winston, and they couldn't take a single map, and I can't stop talking about it. Look at this with your eyeballs at what he is doing with no help at all. Like, Hisu was there, sure, whatever, I don't care. There's no justice in this league. This is fucked up, and if I'm Viper right now, I am heated about it. The first tank of the week is Smurf, and he got kind of nasty with it in Boston's extremely close 3-1 loss to Atlanta, which I did make a video on if you are interested. And he also had a chill 3-1 win over Proper. Smurf kind of exposed Donghack's playstyle and was a huge factor in Boston leveling up to be a genuine threat to Atlanta. Now, Smurf would be a positive difference maker in a lot of tank matchups, but this was the first time this season that you could really feel the lack of pressure from Donghack. The best part about Smurf is that he's able to identify how he needs to play the game to give his team their best chance of winning. Because it's not like Smurf is a super hard carry Winston, right? But he can be when he thinks he needs to be. And that's what differentiates him from so many other tanks in this league. The second tank of the week is Dreamer, and he's kind of the exact opposite of what I just talked about with Smurf, because he just plays his funny little rhyme guy and plays well, especially for the East. I don't know what changed from last week for him, but he was a lot more forceful this week and dictated how a lot of these fights played out. His Winston was also pretty solid. I don't think there's too much more to say here. He's the self-proclaimed Korean hottie, and he kind of played like it. I just gotta hand it to him because I thought this team was going to be dead on arrival, but now they came together and they've actually left a mark on this bracket. The hit scan of the week is Lip, because as I said with Smurf being a difference maker in that match, Lip was also that for Atlanta. Lip had numerous map winning plays, like finding Birdring's translocator while he was setting up for a fat EMP, and just always being there anytime his team needed him right away, like for an EMP bomb in 2023 even. Now, this was not Lip's most dominant week by any means, but he was a large part of what secured this win for Atlanta, and I value that a lot. And I also get to add in some fun Widow clips because he played that, so let's go. The flex DPS of the week is Stalker, who is the other large part of Atlanta's win over Boston. He just had highlights on highlights, like somebody stop him, please. As a Decay believer, Stalker outclassed him by like half a player. He had nearly 20 more final blows than the next highest on his team. Stalker must be a part-time magician, because this guy Lee J was gone, bro. Completely gone, eviscerated, vanished from thin air. Stalker actually has a court hearing in the morning from Lee J and the entire Vegas Eternal, but it's all good because Lip is his lawyer, so the case is closed. The bonus DPS of the week is Leave, for being the driving force of the Sparks reverse sweep over the Charge to make it to winners finals. Now, Shy also had a good game because he was finally off of Sombra, but Leave was making it happen all series from the get-go, and he still managed to level up in maps 4 and 5. To close out the series, Leave went deathless on Oasis. He did not care. I've heard some slanderous accusations about Leave's performance this year, and it is just not true. He be doing this shit on the daily, and he's gonna keep doing it until he owns these NA frauds who just forgot how crazy he is. The flex support of the week is Shu, and somehow this is the first time this season he's made it into the video, and it's weird because every single week I've been considering him, but for one reason or another he didn't make the final cut. But this week is the week where he pulled through, even with Florida identifying Shu correctly as the alpha threat and diving him 24/7. He was able to do so much every fight, even if he did die. But this is part of what makes Shu so good. He doesn't care if they drop a nuclear bomb on his head. As long as he got value from his cooldowns and it took a nuke to kill him, he's popped off in that fight. And then when he couldn't do that, he whipped out the nails, which I also made a video on if you're interested. The main support of the week is Violet, once again, because this guy doesn't quit. The Brig this week was immaculate, world class. In order to get him off the high ground, you'd have to threaten to trade him back to the Shock or something equally awful if anything like that exists. He was just a menace on the Brig between perfectly timed clutch rallies and a whip shot accuracy that would make your mama cry. Then he goes over and kills as much as his DPS on Kiriko. Holy, he's a man of many talents. The bonus support of the week is Izayaki because his first map back after suffering from a collapsed lung, he has the gall to pick Zenyatta into Lip and Stalker. But not only did he just play Zen, he thrived on Zen and sent a message. It was more than just his Zen though. He didn't miss a beat on Ana when he had to step in on her, and his Kiriko was as good as it gets, man. Izayaki is the key to breaking the Pre and Supreme curse, and all he needs to do it is some balls in the enemy's face. With so many games this week, there are a lot of options to choose from to make this all-star team, so let me know who you think I missed in the comments down below, and be sure to subscribe if you like this video for more Overwatch League content. Have yourself a good one. Deuces.